I'm just taking class in the package com.vkr.application file class manager 3. Before taking the class, I'll take class bike. Int number, string type. We have two variables in the bike. I'm just initializing that variables using the constructor of the bike. Int number, string type. Start number equal to number. This dot type equal to type. I have a method void print string to print the object of the bike, to print the value of the bike. System.out.println of bike number equal to this number type equal to this type. Now here inside the manager 3 class, I have public static void main string args inside the main method. I'll create two bike objects. Bike b1 equal to new bike of the number is 100 and the type is attack scooty. Bike b2 equal to new bike of, I will take number as a 200. I'm just taking the second one is Honda. Now whenever I want to print the b1 dot print string, I'll get the output as bike number is 100, type equal to scooty. If you print b2 dot print string method of a bike class, will get printed bike number equal to 200 and type equal to Honda. Now here the question is how to swap the number of bikes. Bike number 1, bike number 2, we have two bikes. How to change bike number 1 number as a bike number 2 number, bike number 2 number as a bike number 1 number. Whenever we call bike number b1 dot print string, we need to get the value as output as 200 and scooty. If we call b2 dot print string, we have to get output as 100 and Honda. How to change that? How to swap the values? Inside main method, I will create one method swap. I'm just taking two arguments, bike 1, b1, bike b2. Now here into number, I'm just taking one temporary variable into temp equal to v1 dot number. The first bike number we are storing into the temporary variable. v2 dot number equal to v1 dot number equal to v2 dot number. v2 dot number equal to temp. Whatever temporary variable we are storing, we are just storing into the v2 dot number. If you call, I'm just making this as a I'm just making this method as a, if you make this as a non-static method, we cannot call directly. If it is a static, we can call directly here. Directly means manager 3 dot swap of b1 comma b2. Now I'll call b1 dot print string method. b2 dot print string method. Now here what is output? Just compile, just save this. Before going and running this, we just see what is output here. Now bike, whenever we compile this, it is generating dot class file of bike and it is generating dot class file of manager 3. Now here in bike we have two attributes, one bike constructor, we have one method to print the data of the bike. Whenever we are we need to execute a manager 3 class, we can execute whatever class is having main method, we can execute that class by calling the Java command, Java manager 3. Whenever we call this, first main method will execute. Inside the main method, we are creating two objects, bike objects, b1 and b2. The two objects, we are passing an argument to the manager 3 swap static method. Here, we are just passing b1 and b2. We'll get the b1 and b2. Whatever values are there, the b1 number value I am storing into the temporary variable. Swapping means first we can store the one value into the temporary. Then the first value we can change with the second value. b1 dot number equal to b2 dot number. Anyhow, we have the b1 value already stored into the temporary. b2 dot number equal to temporary. So b1 value will change as a b2 value. b2 value will change as a b1 value. After the changing the swapping that, we are just printing the values. b1 dot print string and b2 dot print string. Now we can see the bike number of 1 is converting into the 200 and bike number 2 is converting into the 100 or not. Control S. Go to this compiler. Go to src java c -d double dot slash classes com slash wkr slash application 5 slash manager 3 dot java. You can see any compilers. File, it is telling file not found. Just take this manager 3, control C, file save as. Manager 3 dot java. So now compilation success. Go to the classes. Java com.ukr dot application 5 dot manager 3. Now the values got changed over here. Bike number equal to 200 and the type equal to scooty. Bike number equal to 100 and type equal to Honda. How to swap or exchange one object value to the another object value. Here we changed only one variable of the object. Only the number we changed. If you want to change both the values, how to change it? We have multiple objects, multiple variables in the bike class. How to change that? You can take same class, Control A, Control C, with a small change. Here I am just taking as a manager 4. Inside manager 4, instead of changing only one attribute, I want to change it to as a. I'm just taking as a bike temp, changing the object itself. B1 equal to B2, B2 equal to temp. I'm just changing whole object. Now here actually the value should change. Bike 2 dot print string, if you call, it should get as a 100 and scooty. Bike 1 dot print string, if you call, it should get 200 and Honda. Now we can see what is the output here. Here we have to call manager 4 dot swap. See, we cannot change the object references. Here the object reference is B1. This object is we are pointing with the bike temporary. Temporary is referring to the B1. Now here B2, B1 equal to B2. Whatever B2 is there, they just it won't replace the object reference of B1. B2 equal to temp. It won't change the reference of B2 to B3. We're not changing the references here. Now see, we'll get the same output. Let's compile this. Manager 4 cd double dot slash src. Just compile this. Compilation success. Go to the classes and run. Even though we change the references of object, we won't get the output of 200 Honda for first bike. Second bike, we won't get output of 100 and scooty. Here, we can't change the references of object. Swapping is not possible for the object level. We can change only one attribute of a bike. If you want to change another attribute also, we can change. We can take different temporary variable. We can change that. How to change the references of a object? That I will take in next example. To change the references of an object, we can create one wrapper class. We can create one separate class and we can achieve that. Manager 5. I'll create one class bike wrapper. Inside bike wrapper, I have a bike object, bike V1. Whenever we create object to the bike wrapper, we'll pass reference of bike. I'm just initializing the bike reference in the bike wrapper object. This dot b1 equal to b1. Here we just created a wrapper of a bike object. Inside bike wrapper class, I have a bike object. Whenever we are creating object to the bike by calling constructor with the one argument, we are just changing the this dot b1 equal to b1. Now here how to swap the both objects. We can use bike wrapper object instead of this. New bike wrapper of b2. I'm just creating object to the bike wrapper. I'm just passing to the manager 5 swap. Here the swap class swap method arguments also bike wrapper. Now here we have a bike class. It is similar to previous example. We have a bike class. We created one class, wrapper class, bike wrapper. Bike equal to b1. We are taking one variable, non-static variable, as a bike variable, bike class variable. And we have a constructor, bike wrapper, which is having argument of bike b1. This dot b1 equal to b1. I have a class manager. Inside manager, I have a public static void main method. Here I am just creating objects of bike b1 and b2. Now inside the swap, I am just passing two bike wrapper objects. New bike wrapper of b1, new bike wrapper of b2. Whenever we are creating object to the bike wrapper, if you call the constructor of bike wrapper one argument constructor, it is converting bike wrapper this dot b1 equal to b1, assigning the b1 value to the current class b1 attribute. Similarly, new bike wrapper b2, it is also assigning the local variable of constructor b1 into the this dot b1 equal to b1. The b2 also do the same thing over there. There inside the swap, bike wrapper temp equal to b1, b1 equal to b2, b2 equal to temp. We are just changing the objects by using the wrapper, not directly in the current like bike class. Now let's compile this. What is output? Save this as a manager file. We can compile this. Now go to the SRC. All these programs related to swapping the object content from one object to another object. You can swap the only one attribute. I swapped only number attribute in first example. In second example, I am trying to swap entire object, b1 object to b2, b2 object to b1. That is not happening. So we created one wrapper class and we are trying to swap the value. Go to the classes. We'll try this file. Still the value is not changed. First value is 100 Scooty and second value is 200 and Honda. Now what is the error over here? Now values are not swapped here. What is happening? Here inside the main method we created object to the bike. B1 equal to new bike. Created object B2 equal to new bike. Created two objects. In manager 5, here we are just swapping the bike wrapper object. Here what we have done mistake is we are just passing the two arguments as a bike wrapper B1 and bike wrapper B2. Here instead of taking the bike wrapper, we have to take bike object of wrapper class. B1 dot inside B1 we have one more attribute B1. Inside B2 also we have attribute B1 dot. We need to change the attribute of B1 in the bike wrapper. To remove the confusion, I will take bike wrapper on BW1. Here I will take BW2. Inside a bike wrapper object BW1, I have bike object B1. Inside bike wrapper object BW2, I have bike object B1. Similarly, bike wrapper object BW1, we are changing the bike object of B1 as a BW2.B1. Bike temp equal to BW1.B1. Similarly, BW1.B1 equal to bike wrapper 2.B1. Instead of changing the bike wrapper object, swapping the bike wrapper object, inside a bike wrapper we have bike object. We have to swap the bike object. Control S. Now we can see it will give the output of swapping. Compile the manager5.java. Go to the classes. Run this. Then we got the same output. Manager 5 dot swap new bike wrapper of B1. I'm just taking one bike wrapper 1 into the B1. Bike wrapper 1 dot B1 equal to bike wrapper 2 dot B1. Bike wrapper 2 dot B1 equal to tempo. Okay, I'll explain this tomorrow. You can take new example. Class manager 6 package com dot vkr dot application 5. Now here we are learning one basic of Java. Java, you can tell if you create any methods of Java, if you call any methods, Java is strictly pass by value. It won't pass the references to the methods. It is just passing the values to the methods. This is one concept, pass by value. Here I'll create one method, void test of int I. System.println of I. System.out.println of I. Public static void main string args. Inside public static void main string args, I'm creating object to the manager 6. Manager 6 dot test of 100. Instead of sending the 100 directly, int I equal to 100, I will create one variable and I will send the variable. After that, system.out.println of I. I am just printing I variable here. Here we have a method void test. In test method, I am just having the argument of int I. I am just printing the value system.out.println of I, and I am just changing the local variable I equal to 10, and I am just printing the I value again. Insert public static void main string args. In manager 6, created object to the manager 6 class, and I have a variable of int I equal to 100. Whenever we are calling manager 6 test method, I am passing the I. Here, the I reference is not going to there, just value. Whatever value is for the I value will go to the calling of the test method. Only 100 value will go to the test method calling. Int I equal to 100 will assign here. It will print the first 100, and if you change the value for the I equal to 10, after changing that, we are just printing the value 10. 10 is printing over here. But the 10 value, whatever we changed, the value won't come here and it will print the 10 over here. Whatever value is we have declared and defined in the main method, the same value will print again here. But in case of C, C++, they are maintaining the references. Even though if you pass the reference I reference will go to the this test method. Whatever changes is happening over here, I equal to 10. The changes also applied over here. The value I value 10 will come here in case of C++. But in case of Java, only the value will go to the method. We're just passing the value. We are not passing the reference. Whatever value is there, value will go there. Same value we can use there. Whatever changes is happening to the attribute, same attribute, local attribute to the test, that same change, it won't come and apply in the main method, because Java is strictly pass by value. You can save this and compile this. Manager 6 Java. Now compile this. Just compiling by using javac command, manager 6 Java. Go to the classes. Now run this. If you see here, first we are printing the value of 100. Manager 6 test if whenever we call that, we'll get the value of 100. Because first we are calling the test method. Inside the test method, first we are printing the value 100. After printing the value, we are just changing the value I equal to 10. After changing the value, again I am printing the value system.out.println of 100. So after printing that, I am again printing the value of system.out.println of 5. The value whatever changed in the test method, the same value is not coming and applying in the main method. So whatever value is there in main method, we are just getting that value 100. Now we can go there. Application SRC, main BKR application 5, manager 5. I've done small mistake there. Open with Notepad. This is our example. Now I'll create objects to the bike wrapper. Bike wrapper 1 equal to I'm creating objects to the bike wrapper also. After creating object to the bike, first I'm creating objects to the bike wrapper. Whatever objects are there, I'm just passing to the swap method. Objects means object references. Here also pass by value. Now whenever we are swapping, we are just swapping the inside bike wrapper. We have bike attribute. We are just swapping the bike attribute. Bike temp equal to bike wrapper 1 dot bike attribute. We are storing into the temporary variable. Then bike wrapper 1 dot bike attribute equal to bike wrapper 2 dot bike attribute. First, after changing the bike wrapper 1 bike attribute to the bike wrapper 2 bike attribute, I'm just changing that bike wrapper 2 bike attribute as a temp. After changing that, here I am simply directly printing the bike.print method. Instead of that, we have to print bike wrapper object bike attributes. Just saving this, won't compile it. Compiling using JavaC command, running this using the Java command. Now values got changed. We are not swapping the bike objects. Inside a bike wrapper class, we created a bike attribute. We are swapping the bike attribute of a bike wrapper class. After swapping the bike wrapper class bike attribute, the values will get changed. We cannot change directly the objects from one object to another object. We have to create one other class. Inside other class, we can take the first class attribute, so we can able to change the attributes from one object to another object. You can see in the tomorrow class.